All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over now. Appreciate that from Aaron to Jenny. Let's turn to you. Tell us all about how Brooklyn Robot Foundry came to life.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks so much. Hi, I'm Jenny Young. I'm the CEO and founder of Brooklyn Robot Foundry. Just as a short little takeaway, Sticky Fingers cooking franchise is actually the same business model as ours, but rather than cooking, we do robotics. So it's very aligned. Let's talk about the growth industry of children's enrichment. So children's enrichment is a huge industry and it's constantly growing. And the thing that's really good about children's enrichment is that in times where the economy is doing great, then everybody wants to spend money on their kids. And during times where the economy is not doing so well, people are going to spend money on their kids. So we like to call it a really recession-resistant industry. So what is it that we do? We do mobile robot building classes for kids starting at age 2, so like little tiny kids, through middle school, and then a little bit of adult classes as well. So what does that look like? What that looks like is you will be given a set number of zip codes that are your territory to work in exclusively. You're going to hire teachers. The teachers are going to go to a really small office space that you have centrally located within your territory where you're going to hold your inventory. So those teachers that you hire will go to the office space, pick up their materials, and then they're going to go to local elementary schools and daycares, and they're going to run a robotics class for the kids, so a robotics enrichment class. So 50% of your revenue comes from B2B, so it's working with schools and organizations, and then 50% of your revenue comes from B2C. So it's going to be selling directly to parents for things like summer camps, full day sessions when kids are out of school, like spring break, and then also things like birthday parties. A little bit about the business. So because it is a mobile business, it's a low startup cost. So it's going to cost somewhere between $90,000 to $145,000 to get the business going. A third of that is due at signing, which is your initial franchise fee. So that's $38,500. I started the business in 2011, and we currently have 15 territories across 6 states, and we're actually going to sign 16 tomorrow, and we'll be across 7 states. And who is it that we're looking for? So who is our ideal candidate? Some people think that that person should be an engineer, they should know about robots, but we know how to teach a little tiny person robotics. We can teach pretty much any adult. So the people that we are looking for that make really excellent Robot Foundry franchise owners are people that get people, so people. We're looking for people that understand how to drive business development, people who are good at account management. We're looking for people, you are going to hire teachers. You're not the one teaching the classes. So we're looking for people that are good at coaching and mentoring their teachers. People that understand how do you build a community, because that building that community is how you grow your business. And also people who understand in the power of diversity. We're working with kids, all different types of kids. You're going to have all different types of teachers. We want people to get how cool that is and how that can strengthen your business. And then also we're looking for people who are experts in logistics and operations, because there's a lot of logistics and operations that you have to kind of coordinate with this business. A little bit more, I just want to share our 2024 numbers. We have a ton of curriculum. So if you get a child to enter our curriculum starting at age 3, they can go once a week, every week for 9 years in a row and never repeat a project. So we did a little impact report for 2024, and here are our numbers. Last year, we built 34,855 robots. We launched 2 new verticals, and we have a research and development center in Brooklyn that is constantly developing new curriculum and kind of testing out things we do. So if robots sounds interesting, if working with children sounds interesting, if being in a really beautiful community with other franchise owners sounds good, we'd love to talk to you.
Those are some huge numbers, Jenny. Thank you for sharing, especially that last slide. That was exciting. People are always talking about when is the best time to buy a business, and are there fluctuations in the year? So I want to hear from you on why now. You have a huge day coming tomorrow. By the time we reshare this webinar, it'll be in the past. So congratulations. But why now? For someone considering franchise ownership, why do you believe now is the right time to take the leap with your brand?
I mean, what we hear is that, well, we know the world is laying off a lot of people in corporate America. And when you are in a corporate job, you just don't have the stability to know if your job is going to be there tomorrow. And you also don't have the ability to really define what the culture is at the place where you're working. So, and there's a lot of toxic culture that's kind of out there in corporate America. So this is the right time because it gives you that stability to be in control of your future. Businesses like ours, these are businesses that you can build and then sell to someone else. These are businesses that you can pass on to your children, which a lot of our franchise owners are planning to do. So you are creating intergenerational wealth. You are creating a business that is yours, that you own, that the hard sweat and tears that you put into it will actually be able to be directly related to how much you can make out of it. And it also gives you this ability to create a really beautiful culture in the way that aligns with your values. We really look for people that align with our values. That's a big part of our process. But this is your business. You get to create this little baby the way that you want it to be. And you get to bring in, mentor, coach, and find employees that really align with that. So, I think similar to what Aaron said, this is a feel-good business that we run. So you are making profit, but you also are doing really good in your community. So if that sounds interesting to people, which I think it does resonate with a lot of people right now, this is a great time to jump into franchising.
Yeah, especially because it's not just another job hop in a bad market or in a bad economy. It's a family decision. Like you said, it's a multi-generational decision, and it's very much an emotional one too, which is oftentimes different than us hopping to our next job or needing the next paycheck when layoffs happen and things change. So I think that's a big reminder to those entering franchising that it is completely different than when we say, I can't remember, I think it was Aaron said, people are always leaving corporate America, and that's the classic franchising. But I think it's just a stark reminder that this is very much a family, emotional, personal decision to invest in a business that will and can change your life. So.
For sure. And then I just to add on to that, it's also a chance to be in a community. So all of these women that you see on stage today, we all started the business by ourselves, and we have this little soul. We did it on our own. But the thing about franchising is now all of us have created a platform where there will be other franchise owners in the brand. So you will not be alone. Our franchise owners have have a beautiful community. They're talking daily. They support each other. So when you have a question, you can ask the other franchise owners how to do that, as well as corporate too. But it is a way to get, not coworkers, because you're each owning your own business, but people who are completely aligned that understand the exact struggles and the challenges that you're going through and want to help you. So it's something that I would have loved to have as I started the business as a counterpart to kind of throw ideas off of. And it's something that you get with franchising.
Yeah. Great last point. Thank you so much, Jenny.